Admiral's log. The scent of opportunity is often accompanied by the stench of peril. My calculations led us to strike at a moment of perceived British vulnerability, their fleet scattered and engaged in distant conflicts. But fortune is a fickle ally. Just as our declaration of war was set into motion, the British, having concluded their other entanglements, redirected their full might towards us. Spain now stands alone, a solitary force against the vast expanse of the British Empire. The gravity of this new conflict weighs heavily upon us, yet it also sharpens our resolve and refines our strategy. In the face of such overwhelming odds, a conventional war would spell disaster. Therefore, our strategy must be swift and decisive. Snatch and grab. We will strike hard and fast, targeting key territories that can be quickly seized to leverage a favorable position. Our naval forces, honed by recent conflicts, will aim for a critical victory at sea that can cripple British morale and force them to the negotiation table. Speed and precision are our allies now. Hesitation and overextension are foes. Each move must be calculated, each strike decisive, as we seek to turn the tides in our favor before the full weight of the British power can be brought to bear. This war is a gamble. A high-stakes game where the risks are matched only by the potential rewards. Victory here will not only secure strategic territories but also elevate Spain's standing as a power capable of challenging even the mightiest of empires. The days ahead will be tough, but I'm prepared to navigate these treacherous waters. We must act with the same ruthless efficiency that brought us this far, seizing every opportunity and exploiting every weakness. The fate of Spain hangs in the balance. Hey guys, Stealth here. It's episode 9. The Spain is Pain campaign is on, and we're just entering a war with France. So I would very much appreciate it if we can wrap the one with the British up immediately. I have taken what I wanted to get, at least short term. Sierra Leone is now mine. Does mean I need to start defending the area around the central Atlantic a bit more, lest we find ourselves at the mercy of getting our transports eliminated. So when the British say, please go to peace, I'll say yes. Because I'm going to be a little busy fighting the French. Now, the French are, I believe, currently working on, yes, on China. There we go, Sierra Leone controlled. I'm going to assume for a moment that the British truce is going to go through, which means that I don't need to focus another assault on Gambia, but I might be able to immediately invade French Guinea. Would be funny, just hitting the French up with an invasion, because why not? I'm here anyway. I have plenty of ships. Let's have it out. As for my presence with all the various destroyers, the only one I think I might need to relocate is the one from Eastern North America, because I don't think that the French have anything there. The French do, I believe, have any ports here. They also have quite a lot of power projection. They definitely have some ships here. So long as they don't use them against me, fine. Go find, I don't know, the Chinese or something. I am not one to fight you at the moment. As for the ships over in South Africa, sorry, the South Atlantic, the French do have a port or two here. So if I'm able to, hit them and eliminate some transports, that'd be great. As for the British, it's the British. They're barely noticing that there's a war on. They're still at war with the Austro-Hungarians, and they're probably going to send some ships into the Med, but that's not strictly my problem. Let's see how the French are going to react to my little invasion over there. The more I can carve out of Western African territories for the Spanish, the better it is. Because the rate at which my economy is, let's not mince words, dying, I think we need all the territory we can get just to keep everything afloat. Okay, the Brits are off the table. That's at least one concern less, and they're going to give me 191 million. I'll take it. I don't care for any of their territories right now. I can't defend them anyways. So yeah, I'll take your money. Thank you very much. That at least gonna keep me going for a little bit of time. We're immediately launching a port strike against Conakry, which means that their port is gonna fall to bits. Oh, we got a new destroyer hull. That's nice. If only I could afford, ships. The French are not waiting around. They're immediately launching a massive invasion into southern Algeria. Isn't that nice? That's the territory I took away from them in the previous war. So this means we're going to have to fight them yet again. Lovely. I don't have nearly the defenses for that. Probably nor any kind of... oh, actually, armament is just 56. That's not terrible. How's yours, France? 100%. Of course it is. Anyway, let's have a look at that new DD. I want to see what I can build. I have been trying to research, you know, things, but it's not particularly going quickly. I'm trying to get additional torpedo propulsion researched so that I'll be able to eventually start torping battleships from at least a slightly safer range. For now, we're not quite there yet, but we are at a new destroyer design. So let's see what we have. No, I don't want to build one. I want to design a new one. Interestingly, this destroyer immediately obsoletes all the other DDs. I don't know why, but I can't build any other DDs anymore. Okay. So that means that the Fishburne is completely outdated, I guess. Anyway, these new DDs are displacing 1,500 tons minimum. I feel a little constricted here. I cannot change the minimum displacement to anything less than 1,500. So this is going to be the new class of DDs. So be it. Standard crew quarters, turbines. We're going to put oil in these engines. We're going to force their boilers to work hard. They're probably going to go with unbalanced rudders and a better propeller shaft. All the anti-flooding systems, bulkheads are fine. Okay. We have a small refit tower number 4. It even comes with night vision goggles. Unfortunately, it won't fit on the ship. Isn't that lovely? We're going to have to make this thing probably wider. This is fucked up. I can't make the ship wider, so I cannot adjust the beam, and because of that, these towers won't fit. Thank you. At least the Advanced Tower 8 will fit. Doesn't give you nearly the same level of bonuses. I mean, this is 4 base accuracy, this is 9.5. That's substantial. But at least I'll be able to make it fit, because I cannot build destroyers out to more than 1,500 tons, so that's unfortunate. Regarding firepower, we're still kind of limited. I do now have access to the Mark IV 2-incher. I'm prioritizing small guns as much as possible, so I might be able to put these things on and help with destruction of destroyers that venture too close. I think the main firepower should still be 5-inch guns. That does seem to do pretty well regarding anything that looks like well, let's say a light ship, like a light cruiser, sometimes even heavy cruisers if they forgot their armament. Sorry, their armor. Well, actually, maybe this works. Yeah, maybe I can make that work. Give me a small funnel. We're paying 15.8 without equipment. Oh boy. This is going to get expensive and probably quickly. Quinston's range finding. Oh boy. 17 million. Shell type. Semi-ballistic's not going to cut it. We're going to go with capitalistic 1. And that still has a... yeah. It has a bit of a chance to ricochet. The shells don't really like to bite into the ship that much because they're so strong that they tend to ricochet off. I think that is at least plus 60% maximum AP shell ricochet angle. Capped has a bit less. Like the way that I'm reading this, they has less of a ricochet angle. Semi-ballistic doesn't care about ricochet angle at all. This is plus 80 maximum. This is plus 60? I don't know. Nothing makes sense anymore. Fine. Barrel length. Shoot from afar. This is going to give me decent range. 9 clicks out. We're going to throw on some torpedo launchers. I'm going to have launcher there. And there. I'm going to have these be the newly invented 21-inch torps. I can still only pick standard or fast. Fast is going to give me torps that get there fast, but really risk the destroyer, which I don't like. They're only 5 kilometers out, which means... whoops. That the normals are actually pretty good. 9.4 kilometer range. They're only doing 30 knots. Fairly slow for a torpedo, at least by my count. It's, I think for now, the best thing that I can work with. 20 million a pop. I want to have some slightly different weapon system on here. You're going to get pushed forward. Yes, I know the 2-incher won't like it. Big deal. Slightly back. Secondary gun, 2-inch. I can potentially have 2 of them. Yeah, why not? Can I still have another one of these? Ooh, that's 23 tons. That's fairly heavy. Let's reduce the double hull. I'm gonna have to make some room for another gun. Yes, we're gonna put the torpedo launcher there for a second, and then push this here, put this there, remove that, put this just about there, put a gun there. Maybe I could field another duel? Yeah, but I'm slightly overweight with that, and I still haven't touched the armor on this ship. Which is rather important. I'm still too heavy. Okay, slow down. Go 30 knots. Put the engines on induced turbines. Potentially even boilers. That should give me the displacement that I need. 0.7 inches of armor. Look at you going up in the world. I can even armor up the decks of these ships. So we're getting somewhere, I guess. All the armor on the turrets. Come on. More. Definitely on the barbettes. Okay. So firepower-wise, these things are, I'd say, very competitive with the previous design, which is the Fishburne. They actually have some slightly increased firepower because they got 2 3.5 inchers. They are traveling at more or less the same speed, but they only have a torpedo range of 8 to 8.5, and they're 20 inch. These torpedoes are doing 21 knots, 21 inch, and they're 9.5 clicks out. So they're, I feel like, keeping up with the times a little more. All right, let's save that design and see if I can afford, I don't know, 1, maybe. Considering what the what the French fleet is made up of, I might have issues fighting them. They have 48 destroyers, 34 light cruisers, a bunch of heavies. Like the heavies, the battleships, the battle cruisers, those are the ones I worry about the least. It's the light cruisers and the DDs that I'm concerned with. Regarding my own guns, I have a 7-incher that I can put on a light cruiser. Again, the issue is, can I actually afford a light cruiser? I might be able to design one. I might be able to put those 7-inch guns to very good work against those French ships. But can I afford these ships? Because I can barely afford 1 new destroyer. What sort of hull do we have? Light Cruiser 3. Regarding light cruisers, I'm mostly interested in their speed. Speed is survivability. So I'm going to go with Light Cruiser 3, but look at the price tag. We're 9.8 million, and that's without anything. So this is probably going to get fairly expensive. Especially if you start like ramping up your speed. So that's not what I'm going to do. We're going to go 29 knots. I feel like their job should be to hunt down light cruisers and destroyers. That's what I'm going to build these things out for. So they'll have maneuverability. They'll have unbalanced rudders. They'll have shafts, anti-flood, better steel. Definitely a hydrophone. Radio is nice to have, but not strictly required. Coincidence range finding. How much belt armor can you put on? 3 inches. That's fine. I can work with 3 inches. Because the 3-inch should be enough to block out the 5-inch shell that the enemy's going to throw back at me. If you use a 5-inch gun and you max out the potential firepower of that 5-inch gun, let's say you're firing super heavy shells, or at least whatever the heaviest is, and in the worst possible case, it's going to be a 5.9-inch gun. You're going to be looking at firepower in the range of penning, let's say 3 to 4 inches of armor. That is with my armor quality of 105. I think that's not currently set. No. There. You can pen... Yeah, see? You can pen about 3.4 inches of armor, but only if you're right on top of this light cruiser. So that's the good news. The bad news is, if you want to ferry that much armor around on the battlefield, you're probably going to pay a lot in order to field all that. That's a bit concerning. And especially considering that you're not just going to be fighting destroyers, you're also fighting light cruisers and heavy cruisers, most likely. That might be a bit of a challenge. Torpedo launcher wise, ooh, hello. That's a lot of torpedoes, I like this. Going 21 inch. Standard propulsion is fine. Okay, gun wise. 7-inch guns. I'm thinking 7-inch long barrels to harass enemy ships. And... good lord, that engine efficiency is awful. Hold on. How much are we getting? Are we getting a rangefinder? You're paying 246 tons for a 7 funnel capacity. That's not exactly economical. This is paying 6... oh, sorry, you're getting 6, but you're only paying 168. So we're going to just cram this thing full of compact funnels. It's basically an engine that happens to ferry around a couple of guns at this point. And the guns, considering we're fighting light cruisers, are going to be the 7-incher and the 7-incher. And we'll probably have to cut off some speed. Yeah. Okay, this is going to probably make it a bit more feasible. Give me barbettes so this thing doesn't blow itself up as easily. Give me better turret rotation speed. Ooh. Okay. Where am I going to save some displacement? There, I think. Secondary guns, 2-inchers. Will this turn? Yeah, its firing arc is fairly restricted though. Okay, range, about 7 clicks. Rate of fire, every 2.3 seconds. We're going to make them smaller. We're going to make them 1.5 inchers with long barrels, because reasons. Rate of fire, 1 shot every 3 seconds. Sorry, every 1.3 seconds. Range, about 5. So this does very much put this light cruiser at risk. If I get too close and I cannot turn away, I'm going to get hit. And with the minimum turning circle of 574... yeah. On the other hand, it is possible that we'll see the enemy use torpedoes which got better range. As such, they might be in a position where they launch their torps early. And as long as I keep zigzagging, keep moving the ship around, it might make it a bit more difficult for the enemy to use those guns, or sorry, use those torps against me. So that's the thing I'm going to be working with. As for shells, let's go for base fuse. And I'm not going to use heavy shells, thank you very much. 1.2 seconds. I do want to have good AP capped shells for this. So we'll use standard on that. How expensive is a barbette, tonnage-wise? Because if I can add... that looks a little weird. And again, this is Spain. Weird is fine. How much is that? 13 tons. The normal one is 12 tons. That's enormous. Because I want to have another, maybe 2 2-inch guns on the bow. Sorry, 1 point somethings, 1.5s. Yeah. This is going to give me a bit more chasing power. And hopefully allow me to flood the DD out a bit before nuking it with a 7-incher. Or with any of the other guns that I have available. I'm going to do the same thing on the back. So we'll bring the barbette. I'm not sure if that thing is... no, I'd say it's reversed, but the game doesn't seem to think so. Please tell me you can spin. You can spin. Good things. Good things. More of those, waiter. More 1.5s. Couple more there. Done. Okay, only 42 million for an absolute destroyer killer. Will it work? Your bet's as good as mine at this point. I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't know, make it 27.5? No, fine. Make it 27. Put the rest into armor. Conning tower, 5, 10, 7.5. Settle in the middle. Inner belt armor, yes please. Oh, there is one. Yeah. These 1.5s might be great, but you can't armor them up. That's a problem. So they'll get shot off the moment that anything high explosive hits this ship, which it will. It's just a question of when, not if. When. This is going to be interesting. Alright, so that's the Resolution. Good luck to her. I'm going to buy one. And hope that it's ready to fight a lot of French destroyers. So this is interesting. Do you remember that American battle cruiser that I inherited? They want to buy one. Persia wants to buy one. I don't have the blueprints. I just have a refit. But if they want to buy one, it's going to cost me 17 months. They're going to pay 38 million up front. And then they're going to pay me a total profit of 95%. So 260 million. Hell yes. Let's go do it. Oh, great. They're also invading northern Algeria. Of course they are. Just don't. No, I might be able to hold that one. Maybe. The naval invasion here is so-and-so. I don't really have a lot of hopes that I can take that. Maybe I can send... Where's the battlecruiser at? There. Connecticut. Join that fleet. Because that's another 28,000 tons that can help out. So, Oscar Mike, get down there. Quickly. Preferably. French fleet. Oh, that's a British fleet. That's not my concern. There's also a Japanese destroyer patrol. Whatever. Could I take Corsica from them just to piss them off? Yeah, I probably can, actually. I probably can. I just need, 100,000 tons. Which is quite a lot. I would also like to take Tunisia. But that's a lot of port strength. I can't take that. Not without bombarding the ports. So that'll have to happen first. And then maybe we can attack them after. I'm hoping that we'll fight at least some French assets. Just not all of them at the same time. Because that is something I probably can't survive. But fighting at least some of them. Taking out, I don't know, a couple of heavy cruisers and getting some points. That is the goal. That'd be great. Apparently, Persia's not the only one that wants to buy a battle cruiser. Now, there's also the Danish that want to buy one. Yes, sure. I mean, it's my new and improved version of the Sentinel, right? I guess. There's a lot going on in the world. We have battles raging everywhere as pretty much everybody's fighting somebody. I think Russia might be the only holdout. No, Russia's fighting Japan. What a mess of a fight this one. Everybody is fighting each other. Yeah, we're getting a 57 right about now. It's not great. It'll have to do. As for the French are clashing with other nations. This so far does not seem to be costing them any ships right now. They're not actually repairing anything. Doesn't mean they have any damaged ships. Armor logistics, 100%. So that is very bad news for the invasions that they have going on here. Well, at least for my people. Because they're pushing. And they're pushing rather quickly. Let's see if at least a couple of my destroyers can deal with the Dupli. That's a French light cruiser. It's slow. It's doing 20 knots. It only comes equipped with a couple of 7-inch guns and some 5.2s. So this should be fairly easy pickings. It might be old. 21 million in budget. Yeah, I can probably take it down. Here we go. That thing came out of nowhere. That's pretty bad news for me. I'm going to detach the lead destroyer and smoke that up. Because that's the thing that the French are targeting. This should give the Navia and the Gossamer the opportunity to go after the target. Or at least close in a bit. Whatever, we're just going to rush it. So, what about you? Oh, you're a French battle hotel. Which means that your stern gun can't actually fight. But the lead gun can. Punching a hole, apparently, right through the funnel of the Nalon. Bad news for that DD. Detach. Really start pushing. Identification should proceed very quickly. I have no idea if this thing has a lot of armor or a little. Torpid. You know, also targeting the Navia. I need to have at least one DD that's not inside of a smoke screen, because they might lose line of sight. It's unlikely, I'd say, at this range, but not impossible. Also, I gotta be a bit careful with some of my ships regarding launches against friendlies. I do feel that with the latest patch or something, these cruisers are, or well, all of the AI ships, they're just making all sorts of weird turns all the time. Making it very difficult to actually get in torpedo hits. Oh, there's their torps. Navi has detected them. Okay, speak to me. You got Hydro 1. You've detected the torpedoes, but you're nowhere near the torpedoes. You got a decent amount of armor. Good quality as well. Regarding the rest, double hull bottom. It is a light cruiser, so it doesn't get any torpedo reduction. It has a Citadel 3. Okay. It has Hydro 1, Coincidence 2, Advanced Radio, Reduced Torpedoes. So it only has a few torpedoes aboard. Don't worry about the collisions. Don't worry about it. Can we pen this? Barely. Aft belt 3-inch. It's not something I can pen. Wait, you caught a torp? Oh. That's not very good. So, you're saying I can't actually damage this thing. That's with... Oh, that's with semi-ballistic shells. Right. Can you stop that? It's getting a bit tedious. Yeah, we're ricocheting everything. The only weak spot was, what, their forebelt? Yeah, and seeing as they're heading away, I'm not that likely to hit that. I might hit the superstructure, though. Let's go for that. Disregard armor-piercing instructions, go for HE strictly. You're reloading your tubes. It's gonna take a while. We need also to kind of pursue this target on the port side of it. If I pursue on the starboard side, I'm gonna get into the lane of fire from the Nalon, making it very difficult not to take any friendly damage. Oh, you're fine. You just lost your funnel. Less than fine. Everything's getting blocked off of this cruiser. Bonk. Distance, 400 meters out. Save. We're going point blank range. This is going to be the engagement range right about now. Doesn't make it impossible for the CL to dodge. Just difficult. Yeah, sets away, smoke up, run off. Bulkheads? Many. Come on. No! You dodged? Holy crap, really? Both? That is awful. Navia, get over here. Ow. Ooh, you need to be on your way. I really cannot touch this cruiser. Everything I've hit so far has been blocked or ricocheted off the ship. Oh, there it is. Pen on the secondary tower. I'm going to do another rush. Increase the flank if you can. Destroy torpedo launcher. Well, that's a start, I guess. Come on. Get in there. Prepare course correction. Damage to the funnel. I'd love to damage their steering installation, but I'm not sure if that's possible. This cruiser is absolutely tiny, isn't it? Yeah, it's not that much bigger than my cruiser. Oh, sorry, than my DD. But my DD actually looks bigger than their cruiser. Their cruiser displaces about 3, almost 4 times as much, though. But it's tiny. Torp launchers at the ready. Maybe I should have done that before, but it was absolutely important to torp this thing from an angle where it cannot dodge it. Torps out. Sink, you bastard. Boom, boom, boom. 3. That's 17% of their crew dead. I think one of them... Either one of them failed to launch, or just... I don't know, detonated upon start. Come back. Well, we hurt him pretty bad. Their buoyancy is dropping to about 60%, but we're going to have to torp them again. By now, though, their speed's reduced to probably 12 knots. Yeah, they're slowing down. 14.4, 14.0. Nalon's almost ready. Navia's going to take quite a while reloading. And you're smoking up again, are you? Oh, their buoyancy's coming back up to 73. Interesting. They've lost 17% of their crew. I think I need to start refitting my DDs with better shells, as well as probably the 21-inch torpedoes. Just to give them that additional range that they probably need. What are we putting into these engines? Coal. Okay, that's where we can find the displacement. You're almost ready. It's going to have to be a suicide run. This thing has damage and stability. It's going to mess with their accuracy. Their rate of fire might make up for it, and I don't have a smoke screen to cover me. Yeah, they're reconsidering. They're turning away. Chase it down. This thing is so maneuverable, so slippery. I cannot risk going for a non-point blank torpedo range. It has to be a point blank range torpedo attack. Anything else, they'll probably dodge. Especially with that low speed. Yeah, 13.5. Here comes the Nalon. Okay. Save. Torp away. I think we dropped all of them. Boom. Boom. Good boom. That knocked them down to 16%. And they're gone. Yes! That's the stuff right there. Target eliminated. My destroyers are going to take a bit of time getting fixed up, but I can probably afford that. There you go. Not a great start victory points wise. Like 2,400. But outside of that, we're fine. Finally, I have taken French New Guinea. The French government desperately asks us to sign a peace treaty. Yes, because I have 25,000 victory points over their 858. Agreed. We're just going to snipe another bit of the territories, and we'll call it a day. I am not one to fight. I'm definitely not one to fight the Japanese at all in West Africa. I am, however, interested in seeing what sort of gear they have. 5.1-inch gun, a couple of 1.8s. Relatively slow, I'd say, for a DD at 26.5 knots. I'm seeing standard bulkheads, which is an adventurous lifestyle choice for a destroyer. They have the Kitakami. Oh god, not that thing. No, don't worry, it's not that Kitakami. This one has a couple of torpedo launchers, just 4. It's fairly slow. It's 10.9 million. It's cheaper than my destroyers at this point. Top speed, 17 knots. That explains it. So, yeah, I don't consider these to be a massive threat. Nevertheless, it is a bit much for this ship to chew up. So that's not what we're going to do. We're going to withdraw. And as it's a destroyer, it has, I think, a very good chance to withdraw. The French are getting harassed everywhere, but so am I. I'm losing transports in the Central Atlantic. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, Brazil. Oh, this is nice. Brazil might be able to buy warships from me. That is very useful. Wait, what? They started invading southern China? That is ambitious. Yeah, French New Guinea. Excellent. Done. Show me. Wait, This is where you decided to attack? Do you see how many Chinese there are in southern China just as soldiers? That is... ludicrous. I can't even speak English anymore. You don't just walk into southern China from Tonkin because you feel like it. Not when there's 2.8 million men guarding the place. But hey, it's the French. They've done weird things before. Anyway, I'm hoping I can go to peace with French so that I can focus potentially some more on the Japanese. I don't really have any territory in mind for the Japanese to donate, so I'm just going to have to farm them for money. The Japanese fleet is one that I haven't actually encountered yet. They have 39 ships, mostly smaller stuff, including TBs. Really? Their tech is average, so that's fine. They're fighting the Russians and they're fighting myself. Interesting. If I can take down this cruiser fleet... this cruiser fleet. The one with the light cruiser, the 6 DDs and TBs, and then the battleship. Yeah, that'd be worth quite a bit. But we shall see about that next episode. Thank you for watching this one. I'll see you soon for more.